set to go. We know where we're going to go. How do you guys prepare for your networking events?
Well, apparently you should have business cards.
That's right, you do need business cards.
I don't have any. I mean, it'd be kind of funny to be out for it and have a business card to me, but it's just me.
Well, you know, when I went to the other group for the first time, we talked about business cards. There's a publisher called Vistaprint for just, I think it's just $2.95 or maybe $4.95. Shipping and handling, you can get 250 business cards free.
Yeah,
You call them personal cards, I guess you could say.
I guess you can say call it
So
personal cards.
Vistaprint, they have ones, they call them networking cards.
And
Yeah.
what's good about
Business cards is there's no
Vistaprint, they
place
have a
to go.
website where you
Right.
go,
Right.
where you go and you design the kind of cards you want, and that's what they send you.
Yeah. Well, the important thing to remember to put on your personal cards, business cards, networking cards, whatever you want to call them, is to include your social media on there. That's where it gets to be the trick, because then you can follow up with somebody on LinkedIn, and even if they never really turn into somebody on your deep inner networks, you've at least got them in part of the casual networks. So it's important to put your social networks down on your cards. I always like to have a strategy when I'm going into someplace, but as a girl, it doesn't work half the time because we don't get pockets in our clothes. I hate that. So I have to have a pouch when I've got my purse with me. One is filled with the cards I'm giving out. The other one's filled with the cards I'm taking in. Why do I do that? Because then I don't have to fumble through cards while I'm talking to somebody trying to make a positive impression. I know, it's like such a simple thing. It's just out with the left, in with the right. And then what also is nice about that too is like if you're shaking hands with somebody, you can still reach in with the left and hit them with the business card next, and take with the right. Yeah, yeah. So, and of course, why do you do this? So you can follow up with them later. Not to mention, you want to hit everybody on all the learning styles. We've got the kinesthetics or the touchy-feelies. Always have to have something in their hand. I will tell you this. I do resume reviews for people. I may forget your name. I may forget your face. I'll probably forget where I met you. But if I've seen your resume, I'll remember your resume. I know, crazy? But you never know what's going to trigger in somebody's memory. Then, of course, the day or two after the event, you want to follow up with the cards that you've collected. So that's why they're important. Now, if you're actually walking into the door, before you walk into the door, if you get nervous meeting new people, you have to breathe. Just you wipe your hands off because they're sweaty. Okay, let's all practice that. Let's all breathe. All right. Oh, you got to do the hands too. You got to be all for you know. Let's do it one more time because oxygen is good. Don't you feel a little bit more clear-headed? I do. Well, maybe it's the asthma, but that's the whole idea. What happens when we start getting nervous? It's that flight or fright response, right? We start getting closed down and we start to shrink. And this is where, for an event and we don't know what's going on, we start shrinking into the wall. And then we start going, why is nobody talking to me? Because nobody knows what to say to you, because you're sending all these signals of don't talk to me, don't talk to me, I'm not comfortable being here. It's okay to be shy, it's okay to be introverted. But if you breathe, it pulls your shoulders back a little bit. It opens up your whole core so that it's a little bit easier to get out there and start meeting other people. Also, when you're breathing, you increase your oxygen so you can think a little better too. This is a great thing to do in your car before an interview as well. Right, Fritz?
That's right.
Yes, Jennifer.
One more suggestion. Come up with a really good icebreaker question.
That's our next thing on the list.
Okay.